reverse image search would have done it for me as well. Anyway, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Premier League Season 3. This is our second game of our best of 3 set for the lower bracket final between Virtus.Pro and Team Dignitas. VP going to be over on the Radiant side this time, and Dignitas over on the Dire. As always, I am Basskip, bringing you guys this game. Big thanks to the Premier League for allowing me to provide this unofficial coverage of this match. The official coverage for this game is, as always, with the Premier League Triumph of Man, so he's over on the TPL stream. So if you don't enjoy my coverage, or if I lag out or crash, a reminder that he is always there, so big shout out to him. And getting into this game, VP take a very convincing game one. Dignitas looking a little bit off center, and they are playing with a stand-in as well. Universe is missing, and they are playing with Inori, so we'll see how it works out for them in game 2, and we'll hopefully see a game 3, though I won't be biased towards either team. So VP going to start us off with a Wisp ban, and I guess good practice for them if they end up against Empire in the grand final. Not sure how strong Dignitas' Wisp is, but I think VP a little bit afraid of what was the Empire Wisp in the last set that they just played. And we're going to have Bat as the ban for Dignitas. We'll see if Magnus is picked up in this game. Again, we did see him slip all the way through the draft last game without really being considered by either team. So it's interesting to see that. And it's really nice to see as well with the current metagame that there is a lot of, well, at least a little bit of variance in terms of the draft. We do have some, I guess, quote-unquote overpowered heroes make it through, but everyone has their preferences, everyone has their strengths, and it all sort of works out in the end. So Dignitas, they're going to take VP strategy and turn it straight back against them, ask and see if they have a response to the PL. Would like to see some Tiny play. It is a strategy that Dignitas do run against the Phantom Lancer, and it's a really good pickup as far as your carry goes against the PL. So this is how, I guess this is how it works out, and this is the rationale between picking up the Tiny against PL. Early game, PL's illusions are very, very weak because he doesn't have very many points in Juxtapose, doesn't have that magic resistance, and can't really survive an avalanche toss combo. He's pretty squishy early on. So you've got AoE magical damage to deal with the illusions early, and late game Tiny is obviously a cleaving machine once he gets his Aghanims. So it's a really nice pickup against the PL in terms of countering him out. So yeah, Team Dignitas, they pick up Cuddle and PL. We've got Bounty Hunter coming out from VP, so we are going to see some, well, more than likely off-lane bounty in this game. And this is one game, I suppose, where you can justify a Battle Fury on Bounty Hunter. It gets a lot of hate. There is a time and a place to pick it up. It's not every single pub. But against the PL, getting more cleave is always a pretty good option. And Dignitas lead themselves a little bit into that PL pickup with the Magnus ban. Having the Empower down does really help in Phantom Lancer being at his full strength. And Koro claiming that Battle Fury is a core item on Bounty Hunter. It's a situational item at best, but it is occasionally worth a pickup. VP gonna opt for the Nature's Prophet here. We saw that the power of that in KSI's hands last game. The push working out fantastically and giving them a little bit of control over Roshan. And Dignitas looks like they're just playing a bit of monkey see, monkey do. They're gonna pick up the Beastmaster here. So it's pretty much exactly VP's lineup from last game, and we'll see if VP have a counter of their own here. We'll have a counter to the strategy of their own. Would be nice to see, again, some more AoE physical damage picked up, or even just some more AoE magical damage as well. Though, one final strategy against almost any late game carry is to just go early, go aggressive, make sure that you've got the upper hand, and then don't let the carry ever recover. So, Nature's Prophet, Bounty Hunter, good, aggressive, early to, well, not early, but mid-game heroes. If Bounty Hunter gets on top, he stays on top. You establish that gold lead, you get all of the farm up, and then it's extremely difficult for the enemy team to make a recovery. In terms of bans right now, what are Dignitas still fishing for? They've got, well, they still need one support, and then perhaps an offlaner. It depends on whether or not we see the offlane Beastmaster. Though, again, it is fairly easy to deal with in terms of stacking up those Ancients, though you can, I guess, pretend that he's going to be there and then bait out one Observer Ward in that direction. VP, they've picked up one support of their own, so they're looking for a second. They've probably got their offlaner, well, probably the offlaner in the Bounty Hunter, and then the mid as the Nature's Prophet, so a support and a carry is what they're really looking for right now. Though they could run an offensive tri-lane off the back of the Nyx, wouldn't be the worst thing. Though against the Coddle, it's okay. You've got Nyx, so you can keep mana burning Coddle, which means that he needs to Chakra himself, as opposed to the Phantom Lancer, which really shuts down the Spirit Lance spam. And obviously the Carapace is really good against the Illuminate, but just offensive tri-laning against Coddle isn't always all that much fun. So VP, they're going to ban out the Sven here, and we'll see. It might just be a very early game aggressive strat. I mean, Phantom Lancer, I guess if Dignitas want to run something similar to what they did last game, he can technically jungle. You get him some Tranquil Boots up, and then you just send him off into the jungle to farm up. But it's an extremely greedy strategy from them, though they do have some reasonably good counter push to back it up. So Quap's going to be the ban out. Both teams are probably still looking for their mid, though Beastmaster could be the mid for Dignitas here, and Nyx as well can obviously play that mid role, and not a bad matchup against the Beastmaster either. So VP, they pick up the Leshrac, and this is transitioning into a push for them right now. Obviously they grab themselves a little bit more AoE to try and deal with the Phantom Lancer, but they've got to execute this fantastically. The onus is really on them right now to be shutting out this game, trying to end it early. They don't have all that much late game potential. They've got great push. They've got the Trance, they've got the Diabolic Edict, they've obviously got the Bounty Hunter to try and find picks along with the Nyx. So that's really the focus of their strategy right now. If Dignitas can hold out long enough and hold on to their towers, they're going to be in really good shape. And Dignitas, what are they going to pick up to try and do that? They could pick up the Winner for their offlane. The Power Shed is obviously great. Spam down against those Treants and helping to shut down those pushes. And between Coddle, Beastmaster, and Winner, that's three incredibly long range abilities that just wipe out creep waves and do help you hold onto your towers. They're a little bit light again in terms of stun. This was sort of a problem for VP in the last game, but they still managed to execute through and secure the game. So I guess showing that it wasn't the biggest problem in the world for them. But it's a very, very different world against VP's lineup this time around. It's not really what Dignitas were running last game, and this is greedy by Dignitas. They're going to pick up an Enigma. I mean, good defensive team fight, and VP last pick a Faceless Void. Okay, so Faceless Void can farm a Battle Fury. He's pretty good against PL. They're going to have a couple of sources of cleave. He's good mid-game team fight as well. I think that's a big ignored factor on the Faceless Void. Everybody thinks of him as a very stereotypical hard carry, which he is, but Chronosphere is effectively, you know, another one of those big ultimates like Ravage or Black Hole or something like that, but you're getting it on a carry as opposed to having to get it on a utility. So it's a pretty good choice. If he can make full use of the Chronosphere, then it's definitely a good pickup. But VP, I guess, maybe a little bit scared that they couldn't execute that early to mid-game strategy that they might have been looking for with the Nature's Prophet and the Leshrac. And Dignitas pick up a Bane here, so they could even take this into an offensive tri-lane, in fact, with the Bane and the Keeper of the Light. We'll see how this works out. And yeah, Faceless Void, not the best defensive tri-lane carry. Nyx Assassin okay on a defensive tri-lane. Leshrac also okay, but Dignitas, I think, coming out ahead in terms of the draft for this game. And so everyone's going to pick up their heroes. We'll see how these lanes are going to be run. So it's just a support Bane. Might be a mid Beastmaster. Again, we could see an aggressive tri-lane from Dignitas right now. That they do have the Enigma, and he is well, I guess not stereotypically, but typically that safe jungler. So just waiting on... Okay, so Fogged is playing Keeper of the Light, and that leaves... So Inori's going to be on the offlane Beastmaster. Okay, we'll run over who's playing what right now. So on Enigma, on Dignitas, we're going to have Tides of Time. It's going to be Inori on the Beastmaster. Fogged is going to be on the Keeper of the Light. So typically the mid player now playing the Keeper of the Light. White or Sexy going to be on that Bane, and AOI, as expected, going to be on the Phantom Lancer. But it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane from Dignitas, and it's actually going to be a mid Beastmaster played by who was the offlaner in the last game. So I guess Dignitas having to play with a stand-in, things working out a little bit differently. Over on VP, it's going to be NS on the Leshrac. We're going to have Santa on the Bounty Hunter. Tame My Wild is going to be on the Nyx. Airman's going to be on that Faceless Void, and that leaves KSI to play the Nature's Prophet. So Santa off lane on the Bounty Hunter. He's being pulled regen and that poor man's shield. He's going to be up against the solo Enigma, who has picked up regen, so he's not jungling. I guess if we weren't looking at the lanes, then just looking into starting items would be enough to determine that, okay, he's probably going to be in lane in a solo lane situation. And Dignitas, are they going to opt to ward off these pulls? It's always a bit of a question when you're running an aggressive tri-lane, because if the enemy team goes for pulls, then you know that their carry is pinned under the tower and you can try and go kill off the supports. But the opposite argument is that if they're running pulls successfully, then they're pulling ahead. And yeah, so Tame My Wild is crazy. And not crazy as in he's crazy, but he is crazy as in the player crazy. So thanks for the clarification there, Cora. So we've got Nyx heading down towards bot. It's actually a mid Faceless Void right now. NS is down towards bot as well, and KSI looks like he's just going to be starting off in the jungle. Santa already just checking out what's happening up on top, pulling the creep wave down and around. So Eidolon's going to be forced to tank under the tower, and Enigma should be okay to last it under the tower. But yeah. Triumph gone. Triumph disconnects. Triumph reconnects. Hopefully Australian internet isn't messing him up too much. So Dignitas, they run an aggressive tri-lane, but all they find is the Nyx. Which is a little bit weird. AOI is going to get some pretty good farm, but Airman is on mid, and VP just, I guess, throwing standard lanes to the wind right now. NS comes in on mid, throws down the Edict, going to be harassing the Beastmaster down pretty well, and doing a good job of staying out of tower range as well. So this is some pretty good farm for Airman. KSI is getting good farm in the jungle, and it's pretty greedy by VP, but it's working out. This offensive tri-lane isn't finding anyone. Nyx just staying back and finding levels right now. This top lane matchup, the Bounty Hunter up against the Enigma, there's kill potential either way, though Enigma doesn't really have any anti-invis right now, so could spell trouble for him. And wasn't really pulled anything either, so the Bounty Hunter, especially with his poor man's shield, probably pulling ahead at least a little bit. Though Enigma does have the advantage in terms of the lane control and in terms of the harass, at least early on. And VP, it's duo mid versus duo mid. Way too sexy. Comes in for the assist, but it's not really a duo mid with any kill potential. And Crazy down on bot, just spamming away on AOI. Fogg's now heading across towards mid as well, but just to scout out the regen rune, which was quickly denied by the Treant there. And Tide's getting harassed down fairly badly, and it's actually an Orb of Venom picked up by Santa, so just making that harass hurt just that little bit more every single time. Tide's pretty much already out of regen, heading towards that Soul Ring, but down on about half HP. He needs to be careful with his usage of it. So, Airman, he's doing okay on mid. He's actually leading the pack in terms of farm right now. KSI off in the jungle is probably just going to be a fairly standard Hand of Midas build for him, and Dignitas don't really have the power to, punish what VP are going for right now. I mean, Crazy's still just perfectly happy down on bot. They forced a support away to mid with Way Too Sexy going that way, so he's actually able to play up a little bit more, try and find some farm. Though he is obviously against the Coddle and the PL lane, which I think anyone who's played against it in a pub knows just how frustrating the Spirit Land spam is. But he's doing a pretty good job with the mana burn. And I guess the big deal with the combo is that every single chakra magic, well, every single combo is 2 spells, so the magic stick is actually helping a lot in terms of shutting that out. So, Dignitas not sure what they need to do right now. They could opt for a bit of a group up and push once Tide maybe has some items, but sitting back right now, VP are probably pulling ahead in terms of XP, and gold actually in favor of Dig right now, but XP a little bit in favor of VP since they are running a true jungler right now. And AUI, what's he going to pick up? So he's opting for, well, this is a point that I guess I should clarify. This is something that AUI does a lot. Bazzi, regen, boots of speed. It means he can toggle between the Bazzi for pushing and damage, and the Tranquil boots for a little bit of healing. So it's a nice pickup. The Illuminate gonna clip Crazy there, but he's still fine down on bot. Tide's now completely out of mana. Santa not really in control of this top lane. I mean, Tides is actually a little bit ahead in terms of CS, but we've got a movement up right now from NS, and this might spell the death of Tides. He's hiding back, just trying to CS with the Eidolons right now since he knows he's low. Doesn't really have all that much HP. He's got his Soul Ring now flying out. And now those are some tangos as well. Wait till Sexy comes in, so he immediately spots that NS. A nice rotation from him, in fact. He's got some Sentry Wards picked up as well. But now he's in trouble. The Sun's going to connect, and they've got this Orb of Venom to keep him slow as well. That's going to be our first blood. KSI comes in. Can he find the Sprout? Looks like Tides is going to be fine to escape. Not sure what KSI was doing there. They might have been able to find a second kill off the back of that. So VP just immediately a push for them, and Dignitas can't even really react. If Fogged TP's up, then AOI just going to be manned up on down on bot. I mean, he's already very low, just forced to use a Tranquil Boots to try and heal. So Dignitas forced to just give away this tier 1 on top, and nothing really to gain from it. Airman's getting some good farm on mid against the Beastmaster, and that's about it. Tides disconnect right now, so we're going to have a very quick pause. But it's not looking great for Dignitas. I mean, running Faceless Void as a mid is weird, but it's working, and it's working well. The solo bot Nyx also working fantastically, and VP, it looked like they got a little bit outmaneuvered in the draft, but not playing the lanes in any sort of standard way. And it really worked out well. I mean, Dignitas came down towards bot, they had their pitchforks ready, they had everything ready to go to set up what is a pretty cheesy offensive tri-lane. You get the Nightmare into the Illuminate, into the Spirit Lance, and that's pretty much a dead hero, especially if you've got someone like the Leshrac who gets even slightly out of position. But VP just say, we'll just send Nyx, it's fine, he can solo, it's okay, he just needs to soak up XP. They've got the Jungle Nature's Prophet, so they're making use of, I guess, effectively the 4th lane as well of the jungle, but yeah, it's working out pretty well for VP right now. And poor Triumph, he's having internet issues, and I can sympathize. It's a big problem in Australia from time to time. Anyone who's watched my stream a couple of times will know that I've had a couple of drops, and I've had a couple of frame drop issues as well in terms of lagging out. So, and Triumph is back, guys, so if anyone wants to jump back over to his stream, he should have everything back up and running pretty soon. And fortunately the pause lines up for him, so he's able to make it back in time. Airman opting for the max out time lock build, so it's a pretty aggressive build from him. Again, PL can be a threat in the late game, but if VP find this early game well, Faceless Void really going to come online in a big way, especially with that Chronosphere. And Tides now reconnecting. So, Tame, what's he got picked? Well, Crazy, what's he got picked up? 1k gold, probably just heading towards some Arcane Boots. Fogged, what's he got? Not a whole lot. AOI, same story, not a whole lot, and everybody's ready whenever. Santa almost up to that level 6, and the global ganking from KSI as well can be there absolutely anytime. And KSI actually opting for an Urn build, so it's slightly more aggressive, and going the Urn signaling that he really wants to participate in every single fight, in every single push, since that's where obviously you really want that Urn. So VP, they're not done up on top. This might force a TP out from Fogged. He's actually on mid, waddling his way across up towards top lane. Is pretty fast on the Keeper of the Light, but they really need to stop this push, and Dignitas, they're reacting to VP's plays right now. And VP, again, it's very similar to the last game. They're playing, well, even just 3-man Dota right now, and forcing 4 or 5 heroes, or even just 4 heroes from Dignitas to react. The Illuminate comes in to interrupt this push, but VP aren't even really committing to it. It's just Santa split pushing out the wave a little bit. We've still got KSI all the way back here, and S heading towards mid lane. Our 6-minute rune is down on bot. That's a regen, so KSI going down that way to blindly pick that one up. So Inori comes down, but gonna be disappointed with what he finds. And Dignitas, they've got good counter push, but they just have to keep bringing heroes from lane to lane to lane, and Santa, as soon as he's got this Vlad's picked up, he's going to be able to split push pretty much solo, force TPs out by himself, at which time KSI can immediately jump to another lane, and then just try and split push down a tower. So, KSI back in the jungle. Crazy's finding some good farms since Dignitas have now left him alone. Down on bot. And what have we got? So Santa's still up on top. My modem is clicking away, so hopefully I don't have a drop right now, guys. But we'll see. It could be a bad night for TPL casting. Illuminate comes through on mid. Airman not getting a lucky backtrack on that one. What's flying out for him right now? Just some power treads, in fact. So could see that Ring of Health heading into a Battle Fury later on, but right now it's just a sort of effective build for him. Aui's going to get tracked up on top. Here's the gank. KSI threatening to come in, but he's not even needed. The bounty and the Nyx combo claims its first kill. So VP now 2 kills the lead on the board. They're up in terms of XP. They're up heavily in terms of gold. 3k the split there. KSI again just forcing attention down towards bot. Way too sexy, can't defend at all as the Bane. And the Prophet Ultimate bouncing through, fogged in a Nori, stuck in a Chronosphere. Follow-up stun from NS, bursts down the Keeper of the Light, and now an Impale as well. KSI just manning up. Can they find this kill? Bottling up the health removal, not actually cancelling that from the urn. So, woohoo. So they do manage to escape. 2-man Chrono, 1-man escapes, but still looking pretty good for VP. And Dignitas not on the board just yet. Still just sitting back, but AUI is a long way away from being relevant in this game. And Santa, I think he's now got his Vlads flying out. That's now finished. So they can just continue pushing. Santa can split push in, force DPs. KSI immediately takes some towers down on bot. There's still a lot of gold left for them to claim in. While Dignitas have good counter push, and they do obviously have the recall on the Keeper of the Light coming up in a couple of levels, they just don't really have their full strength just yet in terms of keeping control of this map. And what's the go right now? KSI, 1k picked up for him. We might even see him go back for a Midas right now. Though it's just going to be a medallion, so still those early game effective items we've got. We've got a Sentry Ward down to help AUI farm on mid, so that Vendetta's not going to connect. And now heading up and around. AUI, good movement from him, just off to the side. And walking right over the top of that Sentry Ward, so they would have caught a glimpse there. But Roar goes on Santa. He's in a little bit of trouble. There's the Maleficent done as well, finding 1 kill. A nice 3-man Impale. Fog's going to drop. There's the Split Earth as well, and Crazy now trying to make his retreat. Looks like he's going to be fine. Stuns both already used and now cooling down. So 1 for 1 the trade. Bounty Hunter, I guess, being a little bit overzealous there. But, I mean, way too sexy at the same time finds a little bit of farm down on bot, but I think VP are still leading in terms of sort of that rate of farm, which is the big difference right now. I'll just switch over to net worth since we've seen a couple of towers and we've got track kills flying around. So Airman heavily leading right now, and Santa bringing up the rear. AUI is still up there, but really playing cautiously right now. I mean, with the Bounty Hunter respawning, needs to be careful of that gank coming in from the Vendetta and just the Invis Bounty at any time. And Crazy goes up onto the high ground just in case there's a ward here, which there isn't. Now pops up the Vendetta looking for a pickoff. We've got NS just off to the side. Can they find Tides? Oh, going for those creeps might cost him. Gets the Maleficent stun down. Actually just goes straight for the Impale. The follow-up stun is going to connect. That's Tides dropping. And just throwing the Nature's Prophet ultimate through as well just to ensure that kill. And oh, Crazy's in trouble. Can they kill him off? Yes, they can. Roar pops and Illuminate through as well finds that kill. So Dignitas now getting on the board, and VP still playing really aggressively with only just a few heroes. Interesting to see that they don't just try and man push down a couple of these towers. They do have the Chronosphere to fight around, and they are definitely ahead right now in terms of levels and in terms of maybe fight potential. Though they are, again, as always, pushing into an Illuminate and pushing into Wild Axes, which can be a little bit difficult.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, Airman, what's he farming towards? He's got his Perseverance, so it's just going to be a Battle Fury for him. Pretty standard. We've got a Regen Rune down on bot, and that's actually been around since, I suppose, 10 minutes. So neither team really going for that, since we're at 11:20 now. And how is this going? I mean, Dignitas are really just investing their supports to hold on to the late game for Phantom Lancer, and everything really rests on AUI's shoulders right now. He needs to find good farm. He's actually catching up right now. But VP definitely leading in terms of that rate of farm. We've got a Bane ultimate pops, and Crazy actually ties. We've got sentry wards everywhere for Dignitas at the moment, and VP is still trying to find pickoffs, but they're being punished for it, so good play by Dignitas. So they are now grouping up to go for a little bit of a push on mid, but again, they are still pushing into Axis, they are still pushing into Eliminate, so Dignitas, they're down by 2 kills, but they're far from out, and the Treant's just trying to dodge out of the way there, but we've got the Eliminate coming in from the high ground, and that's going to put an end to this, and XP and gold going a little bit the way of Dignitas with those Treants dying off. So KSI does need to be at least a little bit careful, and AOI movements around the map have been pretty good from him so far. They put a sentry up for him on mid just to try and grab a little bit of farm. There was a D ward put down, so he's going to head up towards top, try and put some slip pressure on. So good decision making from Dignitas though. Airman is still finding the best farm on the map, and he's going to have his Battle Fury very, very soon. Dignitas do hold on, so it's not a terrible position for them. In terms of the ultra late game, not sure who you have to give the edge to. I mean, Phantom Lancer is going to be a pest for most of the heroes over on VP, but if Faceless Void can get farmed enough and catch him in the chrono, that's going to be a big problem. The roar pops, reflected there. Anora is the only one here. In comes Way Too Sexy, and looks like this kill is going to be picked up by the Axes. So 1 for 1 the swing there, and the tower actually in deny range, but Airman comes forward, throws down the Chronosphere, and picks up the tower. So nice little play, and track move speed just to ensure their escape. So tower picked up on bot, thought it was going to get denied. Tier 1 on mid, now in trouble as well. They've got the rank 1 Edict, in fact, down. So NS actually opting for more points in the Lightning Storm. A little bit interesting to see. KSI, lucky illusion procs, well, from AUI there. So he's brought down a little bit low. Santa in from the side. Do we have any sentries for Dignitas on mid right now? No, there's 2 up in the jungle. That one is fading right now. Does Fogged have any anti-invis? No. Way Too Sexy, investing heavily in the wards. I mean, just basic boots, sentries, and obs for him. And really good defensive warding from Dignitas. They're keeping tabs on this entrance to their jungle. They're keeping tabs on anyone coming in via the top lane. So this is the only really uncovered entrance right now. But it hasn't really found VP all that many pickoffs. So Dignitas, they draw the battle line. They say, okay, we're going to hang out in our jungle. We need to stay in control of that farm. And that's just the game plan for them right now. Airman is finding good farm in his own jungle, and he's now got the Battle Fury picked up, so that rate of farm is going to accelerate forward. Though, AUI, is it just going to be a Radiance for him? Looks like it might be 2.8k gold in the bank. And we've got an Invis Beastmaster. They've got the D ward, they've got the counter ward down. There's the roar, Illuminate comboed perfectly, and there's the Brain Sap as well. The ultimate thrown out on NS. TP support now coming in, but he's dropping low. That Illuminate, is it going to be able to pick up that kill? Taito throws out the black hole, but immediately cancels, now killed off. And Crazy in a little bit of trouble. KSI is now here. So it looks like Dignitas just going to back off. 1 for 1 the swing, though NS does escape with his life. So I guess getting a little bit lucky there. And not quite sure why the Illuminate didn't in fact kill him. Did he have a stick? Yeah, so he managed to pop off his wand charges right before the Illuminate hit him. And that was what saved him. Airman's still finding some pretty good farm, though AUI has now caught up pretty well, and he's actually now switched over to the Fusel Blade, so we're not going to see Radiance this time around. Though it's only a 2-kill split right now. XP 3k in favor of the Radiant side. And 5k the gold lead as well. They've got a smoke gank happening for VP heading up towards top, but it's only a 2-hero gank, so they need to connect everything on AUI, but he's actually all the way over here. That was just an illusion. So VP going to be running out of this smoke, and with that, I mean, they're probably going to end up on top of a ward as that one fades. Santa coming forward aggressively, looking for AOI, but Tides is just waiting up on the high ground. He doesn't have Black Hole, throws down a sentry, immediately spots at Santa. They know that something is up, and AOI just immediately backing off. Wise decision making, and the rest of the team coming in for the support. I think we have seen about 1 million sentries picked up by Dignitas, and now they've got a gem picked up on Way Too Sexy as well. So I guess really exploiting the fact that VP are heavily reliant on that invis for the ganks. And it is a bit of a problem, especially when you pick up the Nyx and the Bounty Hunter. I guess it's 2 birds with 1 stone. You pick up anti-invis and you can keep yourself safe from both of them. Since they don't really have huge initiation range, they're both relying on the invis to get in spot. Or get in position. Inori, he's heading towards an Aghanim Scepter right now, so I guess a little bit more lockdown for the Faceless Void. And the bonus range does help in terms of roaring him across the Chrono. Fogged. It's just a chainmail picked up. He's probably going to be going towards a mech, but that's going to be a while away. Tides, Belt of Strength. Well, Belt of Giant Strength, I suppose. So he's just heading towards some treads. Not going to have all that much farm. And AOI actually just last sitting with the illusion, maybe trying to make it look like that's actually his hero. And actually, shoot, kill missed down on bot, roar thrown down on the Faceless Void, and missing that one. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, roar and the Bane ultimate used to pick up that one. So yeah, sorry about that. Map control just falling a little bit by the wayside. And VP now going forward, Tides, he's in trouble. Vendetta hit, Impale. There's a follow-up stun as well, but they don't even need it, and KSI doesn't need to TP in, so we've got pickoffs on either side of the map right now. Though AUI continues to farm, he's still a little bit behind, even with Airman biting the dust earlier. And now with the Blade of Alacrity picked up, looks like it might just be a Yasha into a Manta for him. Inori's in trouble on bot. Impale, the Urn, Crazy going for the body block and just running out of that haste there. The track bonus moves be just a little bit too much, trying to recall him out. The damage cancelling that, so VP find themselves another kill. Not sure if it was it was a track kill. So track kill going the way of 3 there. And that's the majority of the source of this gold lead. For VP right now. But Dignitas looks like they're going to find at least a little bit of a trade on mid. What have we got going on down on bot? KSI and Ines just doing a little bit of split pushing, leaving the illusions to try and take out mid. Santa might be able to get a deny off here. Yeah, and just tanking up the creep. There's no illusions left. And the tower happily in deny range, so VP probably going to be cleaning that one up. Yeah. I mean, it is a bit of a decision. It does offer them a little bit more control over Rush, but Dignitas can just send illusions in to chip down that last 90 HP at any time. So the deny, it's a bit of a question, but I guess 99% of the time you really just want to go for the deny. AOI, haven't seen what he's farming towards just yet. Probably just going to be the Manta. Next, tower dropping low on mid. The fortification pops. We've got Inori into the side, but NS is just waiting there. Fog's going to throw out a lightly channeled Illuminate, but not really enough to do all that much, and Airman going to be able to pick up that tower. So Dignitas, they're still trading away objectives. They're still buying time for AOI right now, but again, it's a lot of faith put into the Phantom Lancer to carry this game out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Commercial. There shouldn't be any commercials. I'm definitely not partnered with Twitch, so I can't even run commercials if I wanted to. So somebody contact me if they're running commercials, because I'm not getting any revenue out of it. But anyway, KSI, he's got a Necro Book. We're probably going to see a Manta from Airman, so they're actually looking to end this relatively soon. They've got pretty good push. They've got the Vlad's picked up on the Bounty Hunter, obviously. He's not got a Yasha. If he doesn't get set back too far, we'll probably see him finish up that Manta. Though, in the last game, we did see him just go straight towards a BKB after picking up the Yasha. And that's pretty much it. Dignitas just holding on as best they can. I mean, Inori's almost got his Ags finished up, and Dignitas not falling that far behind in terms of the farm. Right now, the net worth on Airman is just climbing and climbing and climbing. And making just slightly better use of the map right now. They've almost got control of the Radiant Ancients as well, which have been stacked up once. Though AUI now coming in to clear those out. He's got a Yasha picked up. What have we got? Again, Beastmaster is getting pretty close to the Ags, but it's still fairly passive play from both teams. And Tides. I guess I said treads, but it's actually just going to be a Necro Book for him this game. So helps a little bit in terms of the counter push. And I guess incidental AoE damage from the Leshrac might kill the Necro minion off and then burst him down. But Airman comes in. It's a one-man Chrono on Way Too Sexy. Good blind backwards, but doesn't really matter. Fogged in the target. KSI comes in with a Sprout. Few more right clicks across. Tides in trouble. He's dropping low. Fogged and Tides both going to drop at about the same time. Airman going to work on AUI. A little bit of a man fight there. And the Necro Warriors trying to do what they can, but AOI tracked up. It's a double kill for Airman. And the last man standing is Inori. Did throw down the roar, so did everything that he possibly could in that fight, but good initiation from VP, even only having to use the one-man chrono. Dignitas couldn't get in position to find a nice black hole, and they really needed one. So tier 2 going to be going the way of VP. They might go for the tier 2 on bot or Roshan next. There is still a tier 2 on top as well. And rank 2 Necrobook now picked up by KSI. So
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Crazy, what's he got picked up? Not a whole lot. Again, he was just, I guess, babysitting the bottom lane to soak up XP. It was effectively an off lane for VP, but everything has worked out really well, and Dignitas just didn't have the lineup to try and punish what VP went for, making full use of their jungle and getting that XP lead up. And I mean, the net worth says a lot about the game right now. Every single lane, well, quote-unquote lane, really working out for VP. Yeah, and overall standing, VP are currently up 1 game in this series. So what have we got going on? Tides is going for a smoke, heading down and around. He's got the Eidolons as well. Might try and sneak Rosh, I suppose. He's got some dust. We've got TPs heading down. NS, can he escape? No, there's a roar. And the Fiend's grip thrown down as well, but NS turns around, gets the stun down, and Inori's actually going to be the one dropping. Great turnaround here from VP, and KSI able to get there at absolutely any time with that rank 3 Necrobook. So Tides is sort of left off in the jungle with not a whole lot to, and VP should be fine to pick up this tier 2 on bot. So AOI continues to farm. He's almost got his Manta style picked up, I would like to say. Crazy dives back behind the tower and killing off Fogged there. He's got a Blink Dagger now picked up, so that's where all of his gold went, and that's why he was so easily able to pick up the Keeper of the Light. But AOI, it's a valiant effort in terms of farm, but he's just not anywhere close to scary enough. Dignitas, they're not down to Rax just yet. It's not a lost game. Tide's going to be caught out on mid and just bursted down. No remorse whatsoever from VP. No mercy. And Roshan now the obvious target with all the tier 2s killed off. AOI finds himself at tier 1 on top, so he's getting pretty close to the Manta style. This needs another 20 gold. VP heads straight into the pit, and they are looking pretty strong right now. They don't even have really aggressive wards down, in fact. I mean, it's relatively aggressive. It's just on Dignitas' side of the river, but they're still finding all these picks. And I guess Dignitas only have one response to what VP are doing right now, which is come, stand behind the tower, throw out all of their AoE spells, and then hope that VP back off. But with Blink Daggers, with even just the Time Walk up in the Faceless Void, they can just jump straight past the tower and then try and take the team fight, which Dignitas can't really look to do. I mean, they've got a small advantage coming up for them now with the tier 3s. They've got the high ground, and they've also got the black hole, which they might be able to find a relatively good one as VP push up onto the high ground. But if they find a single pick, if Crazy finds a single opening with that Nyx, then that's going to spell trouble.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'll have a quick check-in on XP and gold. So it's a 15k XP swing right now, and over 15k, and over 15k the gold lead right now for VP as well. And KSI going for these phase boots again on the Nature's Prophet. A little bit weird to see, but I guess it's working out for him. Would normally expect to see treads, I suppose, on the Prophet. Illusions trying to split push as best they can. AOI's probably got that Manta style picked up. Yes, he does, and Dignitas do have pretty good turtle, but it's not a game that really wins in the long run. VP, if they're smart, will just farm up both jungles, both ancients, all 3 lanes, get some big farm up, maybe get some hexes or something online, and then look to push up onto the high ground. Tide's still just going after this Necrobook. I mean, I guess maybe hoping that the Battle Fury on the Void or something like that will pick up the melee Necro minion, and that'll do a lot of damage. But I mean, I guess Airman's also concerned about the mana burn, at least a little bit, but VP up onto the high ground. KSI is split pushing. Illusion's trying to do what they can, but Dignitas, they know that the blink is up on the Nyx. The initiation is there at absolutely any time, and Fogg's eating a Carapace to Illuminate there as well. And this is a big problem for Dignitas. They can't even man up to defend their tower, and with that, I mean, again, VP just need to find one pick to try and break the base. Crazy's got a Dagon picked up, so if he even gets a whiff of the Bane, well, the Bane, the Coddle, or Tides, they're going to be dead. And speaking of dead, Inori's going to be caught out. The Chrono thrown down. Tides looking for the positioning for the black hole. There's a two-man black hole on Santa, and Airman the Illuminate comes through. Santa's going to drop. Airman in big trouble, eating a few tower hits as well, though he does have the Aegis. Good two-man stun, and Crazy comes in. Dagon already used, saving him a little bit of damage there. In fact, using the Nightmare, now able to blink himself away. It's 3 for 1 the trade right now. KSI off to the side. He's actually TPing down towards the bottom lane, looking for the deny. So it looks like VP might back off, though they do still have the Aegis to use. Lucky Bash on Way Too Sexy. Airman picks up that kill. He might drop, barring a few lucky backtracks. The tier 3 now in big trouble, and it's AUI trying to solo defend. And Illusion goes forward. Crazy jumps on that one, but looks like it's already going to be a Rex. Not a whole lot that they carry AUI can do aside from watch from the sidelines. So VP pick up the melee Rex, the ranged Rex soon to follow. Fogged, such defensive positioning right now. Knows that Crazy can blink on him anytime, and losing most of his health to his own Illuminate as well. So 1 Rex down. Dignitas, it's not looking great. VP triple their kills. I hazard to look at the XP in gold, but it's over 15k the lead in over 20k the XP lead for VP, and over 20k the gold lead as well. So I'm not sure. I think AUI's farm is just really a drop in the bucket right now compared to VP's lead. Airman now heading towards a Butterfly. He's got his Eagle Song picked up. We've got Dagon upgrades for Crazy. Santa heading towards the Desolator now. He did manage to finish up that Manta style. KSI 4.3k gold in the bank. The Aegis was used. Roshan now 6 minutes away. So I guess that's our very quick status update on how this game is going. So Dignitas, they go back to doing a little bit of farming, but I mean, Way Too Sexy has got a medallion picked up. It's as much effectiveness as they can possibly muster. And TP coming in, looking for Inori and Fogged. There's the Sprout. He's in trouble. Throws at the Axis to try and escape. Roar as well on Santa. Looks like they might be okay. The Blinding Light knocking everyone back as well. But they actually found AUI. So they find the best prize on the map, and VP, they're not done. There's the buyback from AUI, heading up onto the high ground. Santa chasing down Inori. Way Too Sexy comes in, throws out the ultimate, but he's going to be stunned up by Crazy, and he's going to drop in just a second. Airman, good two-man Chronosphere, and AUI buys back, but just to head straight to the Chronosphere and die. So the GG is going to be called, and VP take this set 2-0. They are going to advance to the grand final, where they're going to be playing up against Empire, and that's going to be coming up in a little bit, I believe, depending on how closely they're adhering to the schedule, though I don't have all of the updates since obviously I'm not the official caster. So I'll just wait around for the final score screen for the sake of the VODs, then I'll come hang out with you guys in chat, and then I guess I'll wait around for the very last game. Or the very last set, in fact. Did I say somebody else? It's VP versus Empire. Yeah, it's VP versus Empire round 2 for the grand finals. So, anyway, final score screen's about to pop up. So I've been Basskip. This is the Premier League Season 3. Hope you guys have enjoyed the casting. If you got any feedback or any replays from me, please feel free to send me a message anywhere that you see the name Basskip. But yeah, that's about it. So Dignitas, they are out. They're going to go home with 3rd place. That's it, and looks like things are crashing out for me right now. So the game is crashing, though it looks like I'm still streaming. So can someone please confirm in chat that I am still connected? Okay, yep, so I'm still connected right now. But I guess the game has crashed out. So I'll just wrap up anyway. So I guess I sort of wrapped up already. I've been Basskip. This is the Premier League Season 3. This was our lower bracket final. So this is our second to last setup of the entire tournament. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you for Empire versus VP.